She'll never openly admit this, not because it isn't real, but because it happens beneath words, beneath logic, beneath even conscious awareness. And yet, it works on almost every woman in a way that no technique, no clever line, no exaggerated confidence ever could. And that hidden secret is emotional safety, created through calm presence, a quality Stoicism has quietly taught for thousands of years without ever trying to impress anyone. Most men believe attraction is built by doing more, talking more, showing more interest, proving more value, chasing more validation. But Stoicism teaches the opposite truth, that attraction grows strongest in stillness, restraint, and self-mastery. A woman may never say, "I'm drawn to you because you are emotionally unshaken," but her nervous system recognizes it instantly. When a man is calm in chaos, steady in uncertainty, and grounded in himself, he creates an invisible space where a woman can finally relax, and relaxation is where attraction begins. The Stoics understood that humans are not persuaded by words, but by character, and character is revealed in how little you need external approval. When you don't rush to fill silence, when you don't over-explain yourself, when your reactions are measured rather than impulsive, you signal something rare, inner order. And inner order feels like safety to the feminine mind. She may not articulate it, but she feels it when she's around you. The sense that nothing needs to be forced, that nothing is demanded, that nothing is unstable. This is why emotional control is so powerful. Not emotional suppression, but emotional discipline. The Stoic man feels deeply, but responds calmly. He doesn't panic when attention fades, he doesn't become reactive when tested, he doesn't chase reassurance when things feel uncertain. And this quiet emotional independence activates something ancient in female psychology: trust. Trust that this man can lead himself, trust that he won't collapse under pressure, trust that his presence is solid, not needy. Women are constantly reading emotional cues, far more than words, and the strongest cue of all is how a man handles what he cannot control. The Stoics taught us to focus only on what is within our power, our actions, our judgments, our responses. And when a woman sees a man who does exactly that, she feels something she rarely feels: relief. Relief from emotional labor, relief from unpredictability, relief from the burden of managing someone else's insecurity. This relief transforms into attraction, often silently, often gradually, often without her realizing when it began. She just knows that being around you feels different. You don't pull from her energy, you bring your own. You don't need constant engagement, you are complete in yourself, and completeness is magnetic. The hidden secret is not dominance or mystery for its own sake, but self-sufficiency of the soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should be like a rock against which waves continuously crash, yet it stands firm. And that image perfectly describes what works on every woman at a deep level. When life throws difficulty your way and you remain composed, when plans change and you adapt without complaint, when she expresses emotion and you don't rush to fix or flee, but simply remain present, you communicate strength without saying a word. This presence allows her emotions to exist without judgment, and paradoxically, that freedom makes her feel closer to you. Many men believe attraction is about being exciting, but excitement is unstable. Safety endures. Stoicism doesn't reject passion, it refines it. It teaches you to remove desperation from desire, attachment from intention, and fear from connection. A man who desires without needing, who cares without clinging, who listens without losing himself, embodies the hidden secret she will never admit works on her every time. Because her mind may be drawn to charm, but her body responds to stability. Her emotions may fluctuate, but her nervous system remembers how you made her feel: calm, seen, unpressured. This is why silence is so powerful. Silence shows confidence. Silence shows self-trust. Silence shows that you are not afraid of space. In a world full of noise, a calm man becomes unforgettable. Stoicism teaches that the man who masters himself masters his fate,
and women are instinctively drawn to men who are not ruled by impulse. When you don't react immediately to provocation, when you don't seek instant gratification, when you can sit comfortably with uncertainty, you become rare. And rarity creates value. She may never say, "I'm attracted to your restraint," but she feels it when you don't overtext, when you don't overpursue, when you let things unfold naturally. The hidden secret is patience. Patience signals abundance. A man who is patient signals that his life is full, his purpose is clear, and his identity is not dependent on one person's response. Stoicism emphasizes purpose above pleasure, and a man moving steadily towards his purpose carries a gravity that pulls others towards him effortlessly. Women sense that they are an addition to your life, not the center of it, and that distinction changes everything. You don't need to announce your boundaries, you live them. You don't demand respect, you embody it. You don't chase attraction, you become the kind of man attraction moves towards. She may never consciously admit that this is what works on her because it bypasses conscious reasoning altogether. It operates on the level of instinct, emotion, and nervous system regulation. When you are grounded, she feels grounded. When you are calm, she feels calm. When you are secure, she feels safe. And safety is the soil in which desire grows naturally. This is the Stoic secret. Attraction is not something you take, it is something that emerges when resistance disappears. When you stop trying to control outcomes and start controlling yourself, everything changes. You speak less but say more. You do less but mean more. You are present without pressure, confident without arrogance, strong without aggression. And that quiet strength, unannounced, unforced, unpretentious, is what she will never admit affects her so deeply. Yet she will feel it every time she chooses to stay, to open up, to lean in closer, even when she cannot explain why.